Hi, this is Jennifer Bargerhuff, and in the year 2018-2019, I hope to graduate from Trinity College with a bachelor's degree in counseling. With this degree, I'm striving for a whole new career. I've been a hairdresser for 30 years, but my body just won't allow me to continue. The transition between hairdressing and counseling will be pretty easy, I believe. The work environment will be much different. In a salon, it's noisy. In a counseling office, it should be quite quiet. And I think I'll enjoy that transition. And even though I see myself in a counseling office one on one talking to people, I need to stay open minded to all the possibilities that this type of bachelor's degree would afford me. I recently looked onto a website called Indeed to see what type of jobs I could get with a bachelor's degree in counseling, and I was surprised to see that an admissions counselor for a university was on the job list. That's something that I could be interested in doing. I like to be around people that age, and I certainly like to help people achieve their goals. There were many different job opportunities for addiction counselors, and unfortunately, that's just the day and age that we live in. Many people are addicted to drugs and alcohol. Two other opportunities were a group home counselor and a women's resident counselor. Now, I'm not exactly sure what those entail, but I do like the group idea, and I certainly like women's issues. So the resident for women's type of counseling was interesting to me as well. Something that I didn't even consider, but I found a few job opportunities, was in entry level positions in the business world. Most of these were like in human resources, and I could see myself working for a corporate office, possibly in the human resource and development atmosphere. But I'd have to look into a little bit more details and see what that would be like too. After graduating from Trinity, I would hope to pursue my master's degree, um, and that would be in marriage and family therapy. And one of the reasons that a therapist would become licensed is that they could open their own private practice. And once again, like in hairdressing, I could be my own independent worker. I could be an independent consultant or an independent therapist, and that's very attractive to me. A few other reasons I would get my master's degree would be just to hone my skills in counseling, to be more proficient and more of an expert in particular areas. There are so many different areas in counseling that I would like to identify the specialties. And a broad specialty would be women's issues. And there are so many different ideas within the women's issues, I'd have to really narrow something down a little bit closer. Another thing that a master's degree would afford me would be to work in a diverse workplace. A master's degree just opens up a lot more opportunities, and I'd like to consider those as well. And the last thing that a master's degree would offer me would be to nurture my passions. Now, one of the passions that I have is for women's issues. Being a woman myself and dealing with several different things over the years, I think that this is probably a fairly comfortable area for me to focus on. One area that I have found is very needed right now in counseling is counseling women, mostly young women, in anxiety and depression. And unfortunately, that's something that even high school girls are experiencing these days. So I'd like to help them get over some of those anxiety issues so that they can focus on more positive things. Domestic violence is a big women's issue. It's a big concern, and sometimes just helping women with their self esteem or codependent issues can help out with that domestic violence situation as well. One of the seminars that I went to recently was on eating disorders, and I was very surprised at how many young women are experiencing eating disorders right now. And again, I would like to help some of the younger women overcome these struggles so that they can focus on a more happy, positive outlook on life. Um, Probably closer to me personally would be helping women through divorce type issues. And again, that's self-esteem issues and also codependency. So that can be done in group therapy sessions. It can be done one-on-one. And again, working with younger women is also something that I am very interested in. There are a few types of counseling approaches that I would really like to hone my skills on more. One of them is called solution focused therapy. Again, I like to focus on the solutions. Sometimes we have to look back to see what's going on in the past, to find out what problem areas are reoccurring so we can fix them and focus on the solutions in the future. Another one is motivational interviewing, and this is just really good because people are motivated by different things. And so you interview a client and find out what their motivations are, and then use those things to help them live out a successful life. Cognitive behavior therapy is very good. That's when you help a person change the way they think in order to change their behaviors. Again, group therapy is something that I've been involved in and like very much. I like to see other people support people. Role playing is something that is a little bit near and dear to my own heart personally. I'm kind of an introvert, so role playing helps me be more prepared in certain situations to say and do the things that I need to do. The last thing, and probably the most important thing, would be the foundation of the type of therapy that I would do. And that would be to love others in the way that Jesus loves me. And I know that God pours his love into me daily. And I would like to be able to use the counseling career opportunity in order to pour that type of love into the people around me.